All right. Was it fucking Tuesday? Oh yeah, happy Tuesday. Yeah, fucking Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesdays here at Bennigan's. Boom, 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 boom. Me and Bobby. Fucking 4 o'clock. This is the hour where all the other people that take people's money are doing it. I think we're in tough territory, Bobby.
Yeah, up against the goats, but if you want to be one of the Titans, you got to play with the best.
Yeah, you can be the goats or you can be Bobby and Oates, and either way, we will win. Like it's already
The
the
boats.
the bars are being thrown out already.
Oh yeah. Who's
Well, no,
bar?
because
Who got thrown out
I
of the
just
bar?
spit those bars. I just spit those bars.
You you know how that there is that mentality where it's like if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best and play with the best, right? Do you think there was ever any like a parent of a kid with Down syndrome who was like, no, put him in algebra 2?
Well, I don't think he'd be the best. When they say the best for them, they mean the best guy with Down syndrome. So I don't think they mean like the best of regular folk. It's the best of their best.
Okay, I need you to run around Chinatown and beating up Koreans. And then you're going to be in a boy band of dancers, and somehow you're going to be a renowned actor, even though your brother's a significantly better actor than you.
Once again, Bobby, I appreciate the effort when you do references, but if you're for one more fucking time, if you're gonna make Mark Wahlberg and Donnie Wahlberg the same person, I'm gonna have to quit this fucking podcast. Donnie was in the boy band, Marky Mark was in the Funky Bunch. They are two different fucking groups. How fucking dare you? Donnie was a
The
cop
Funky
on
Bunch
TV.
wasn't a boy band?
No, it was Marky Mark and then a bunch of fucking funky guys. They were not
Those are
they were not boy
pedophiles.
band.
That's a fun
Yes.
way of saying pedophiles. The Funky Bunch was a bunch of dudes, fucking Mark Wahlberg. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
even though your brother Donnie, who I referenced, the better actor, even though he's the better version, we're going to fuck you until you're famous.
Yeah, they were the fuck the boy band. There's a boy band and the fuck the boy band. That's what they have there.
Kind of like Aaron Carter. Holy shit, history does repeat itself. Because Nick Carter was in the boy band, and then they had the younger brother that they just fucked mercilessly until he overdosed on drugs
Also,
and died.
if you want to go back further in boy fucking history of bands, Bobby, the Bee Gees. Andy Gibb, the younger one, who was the most handsome, came later on and literally died of drugs because they were fucking him too hard.
I thought you were going to go with the Jackson 5. They're like, Tito's got all the talent, but we're going to fuck Michael until he's famous.
Well, if you really want to go there, all the boys have the talent,
don't.
but we're gonna beat Latoya that badly that she's gonna be in Playboy, and everyone's gonna think it's like Michael with tits. And then Janet's gonna also show her tits to prove that she's good. All the girls are showing their tits, so Michael will blow out the hits. Tits to hits is what they were doing back then.
And Latoya's going to come out and warn us all about Michael, but nobody's going to believe her because she's the crazy one.
Yep, she's just jealous that she's not a boy. That's when Latoya, Janet, and Michael were all, because it used to be Michael and his brothers all looked the same, and then Michael started looking like the three of the other two girls, and they all looked like different versions of Planet of the Apes. It was fucking great. It's like, oh, is that 3 Corneliuses? That's nice.
No, I want to look like Janet. She gets to fuck the boys. Why don't I get to fuck the boys? That was a good
That's
Michael.
seriously, if I had one credo in my life, it's like, why don't I get to fuck the boys? Let's hear it for the boys. Also, a song from a boy band type thing, Footloose.
How come
There
no
it
one
is.
used the headline, damn it, Janet, when the titty flopped out?
I can't say no one did. I'm not really aware of all the headlines that happened, but I'm sure the New York Post did it.
I was a little kid and I had gone up to the bathroom and missed it. So I am familiar with every single headline, Pat, because I Googled that story a number of times. Is it as delightful as Janet Jackson's titty, Giovanni?
I'm sure it was. I remember quickly seeing it. It wasn't a big deal. But I think if I was the New York Post, I would have wrote, Super Bowl went tits up. Like that.
It would have been a real fight between you and I, because my Damn It Janet committee, there are a lot of SNL fans that work for the Post.
Yeah. No, I think they both could have worked. I think you could have Damn It Janet on the front and then on the back, tits up.
No. Super Bowl goes tits up, and then the lower title could be Damn It Janet.
Damn It
Perfect,
Janet.
dude.
Yeah.
Hire us, New York Post, because we could use money.
Michael had the hits, but Janet has the tits. I mean, I don't know what paper that's in, but it's definitely there.
And what's the dad's name? Joe? He's like, God
Joe.
damn it, I had the hits. I gave him all the hits. Hit him in the head, hit him in the ass.
Another Jackson makes you beat it.
Okay, well, you know what? There goes Damn It Janet, or Super Bowl goes tits up, doesn't it? And just like that, we got a new front runner, huh?
Moving my hand to the Rhythm Nation. There's like so many you can. And then Weird Al's like, "What about eat it?" Like, all right, dude, we're getting too far. It's like, can I eat it? Like, no, you can't eat it, Weird Al. Get out of the fucking.
A few days later, it's having a conversation with the man in the mirror after you beat off to Janet Jackson's titty at the Super Bowl.
This will really heal the world. Oh, Kish Kish. Hello, sir. How are you? So if it's 4 o'clock, are we supposed to be like, watch out? We're fighting with someone else. Isn't that what we're supposed to do here? We're getting it. Oh, see, I know this as a Kmart joke because this joke is that old, but it can make it to Walmart. But Terry, I will let you finish it. What's the difference between Walmart and Mike? No one calls him Mike Jackson. Who are you, his fucking lawyer? Who the fuck's calling him Mike Jackson?
I do love that.
Hey, Mike, I can get this. I can get you out of this. It's Michael. Don't ever call me Mike.
I'm gonna guess the difference is Walmart was never the best-selling artist in the world or the biggest thing in pop music. Also, Walmart doesn't own the rights to the Beatles' music, whereas the Jackson estate did.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it says the difference. My bad. The Kmart joke is, what do Kmart and Michael Jackson have in common?
Oh,
yes. See, yes. And boys' pants are half off. No, boys' pants are half off is the joke. It's like, am I right, Terry? Am I getting? Look at me. Boom, boom, boom. You're not gonna get stuff like that on other podcasts. Hack jokes. Come on. I'm the only, there's nothing called like Hackamania or anything. There's nothing where they're doing old hack jokes. All I got to do is put on a gray wig. It's like, oh, Barry Ribs here, and he just did his best bit. Boys' pants half off. We need a horn. We do need a horn if we're gonna do 4 o'clock. Boys' underwear. Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were as edgy as that. I was going boys' pants because I was keeping their balls covered because I'm working clean, baby.
I thought they both had in common that they were victims of the Mossad smear campaign set up by Jeffrey Epstein. But what do I know?
I am officially... We're not competing with anyone. That man has been doing it before everyone else, and everyone else just tries to be him. We aren't competing with that in any way, shape, or form. He can do him.
Also, banking on the replay.
Banking on the replay? More like spanking on the replay if you saw Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl. Hey!
Hey, and that's why we love TiVo.
Oh, that's great. By the way, I think I told you about this the other day, but I was in the car and we saw a billboard that was like pro-life, but it said on it, "Real men love babies." Did I tell you about that? Have you seen that billboard?
Fuck no.
It's got a man holding it was born 2 seconds earlier. It's like the most new baby you could have, and it's like it's supposed to be pro-life and all that, but it just says "Real men love babies." So I didn't have anything for it. But I went to an open mic last week and I just went on stage and I said that, and I'm like, how about that guy who sees that and just gets pumped and he's like, fucking love baby. I had the open mic laugh, like there's no joke to it, but just me going, fucking. Thank God they made that billboard. Someone's speaking to me. I'm on board with that billboard. Fucking love babies.
I also like how they're like, hey, you're a man. Even though the whole like other side's movement is it's the woman's choice, like the man should have no say. And then they're like, hey, we're going to double down. Fuck them bitches. You're a man. Tell her she can't get an abortion.
your body, but my jizz. It's good. That's my jizz first. My jizz is inside you, so it's my choice to love that fucking baby. But I was thinking about I know I've heard that saying, real men love something. And then I was like, am I thinking of the Bud Light "Real Men are Genius"? No, I'm thinking of the old saying in the '80s. It was a thing. I remember it was from a movie or something, but they were saying real men love quiche, and it was like the first time they were ever trying to say like, hey,
what kind of frog, surrendered toad, cheese-eating, cunt-licking campaign was that? Boy,
that was
I know where China took their campaign from. Fuck the French. Oh, no, real men. No, you're not. Fucking smoke a real-sized cigarette and tell your women to shave.
because I don't. You weren't alive for this, but in the '80s, if you said someone like quiche, you were calling them gay. Like quiche was gay. Like not like if you were gay if you ate it. Quiche itself had sex with other quiches. It was like you said quiche, like oh no, that's gay. So like somebody was like, real men love quiche, and then all they were trying to say is that real men are gay sometimes. So I guess men that love babies are gay. In this billboard, you gotta say when real men love babies and quiche and being gay.
That's gonna be a real
Gay
interesting
men love
meeting.
babies. That's what they're trying to say.
It's gonna be a real interesting meeting when the
Oh,
wrong guy reads
Kish,
the billboard.
you're not Kish, not quiche. Real men love Kish. Other men like quiche.
And thank God your last name isn't Quiche, because Dick Quiche would be a hard fight to say you weren't gay. God damn it, Terry. That was a good joke you stepped on. God damn it, Terry.
Terry Nee is also like our fact finder of facts nobody wants found. It's like, who the fuck? Okay, who wrote that book? What was this great
queen.
novel?
Thank you, Kish, for getting the joke. I needed somebody to get that pop. Yeah, his name would be Dick Quiche.
The quiche Navidad. The quiche Navidad.
I'm guessing they read that at Drag Time Story Hour, where they're like, all right, this is how, it's like the gateway into drag queen. Start by eating quiche.
I'm not boomer, but I'm close enough where I remember boomer things. I remember the saying. I didn't know it was a book, but it makes sense because it was known back then as a saying somehow. But I like quiche, but wouldn't get a billboard to say real men love it. And I like babies. The babies are fine. I've never fought a baby. I'm never mad at babies. I mean, I don't like when they're yelling, but I don't like when adults are yelling. I don't like when anyone's yelling. So like, I just wouldn't get a billboard that says it.
I love the idea of somebody misinterpreting the billboard and showing up to the support group and being like, all right, where are these kids we're loving? Like, yeah. What? And he's like, yeah, you said real men.
I like that Nambla has a new saying now. It's like, real men love babies. That'd be great if some guy like. Go ahead.
No. Do you think that's how they got Epstein? Like, they made Nambla, and they were like, all right, we got to sift through and find the best potential of these pedophiles. Cool. Yeah. Jeff, you're in.
They're like, simply the best, better than all the rest. And it's a whole, like, a years of best pedophiles. Better than, it's something like Michael Jackson from, like, 1 year. And then, like, R. Kelly, better than I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. It's just got, like, Epstein, like, boys behind him. And it's got Dan Schneider. And it's got fucking that guy, the guy who started all the boy bands, whatever the fuck his name was. Or that guy, that little fat guy with the gray hair. He was all the master of the boy bands. I forget his fucking name. And it's just got like Greeks, old Greeks.
Yeah, every philosopher. It's got Aristotle, Socrates, Plato. But did you see they're coming for Schneider now? They're coming for Schneider.
Well, if they were coming for Schneider back then, it's how they got the roles. Ayo, ball sack. I hope. Bobby. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm just going to kill myself after this.
No, I was just going to say, it's 4 o'clock and some of these shows do snipe people. Well, imagine they did right there and we're like, hey, here's all the best pedophiles. Like, you know what? We're out. We just got 5 people canceled on their channel.
And we're the best.
Simply the
They're
best.
coming for Schneider, dude. That's the second time this week that we've been ahead of something. I was listening to last week's Jim and Sam, and Greg Stone proposed a game where you should see if you can jerk off while watching his special on YouTube. And I got to be honest, that feels very similar to the game we play here on the POS show.
Well, if you want to go that route too, and being felt like you're being watched, even though I'm just going to say it's a matter of the same thoughts, you know, like a common thread of thinking. About 2 people have sent me the clip of a Family Guy episode from like 2023. It's all about lunch lady porn. a bit I've been doing for over a year now. That since my album went out, and it like literally mentions some of the things I said. Now I'm not saying that anyone from there took my shit or saw whatever, but I've had clips up of this bit, videos up, whatever, and it's not all the same as the bit, but like the part at the end where I'm talking about that part, it's similar.
That blows. Because that is
But
probably just parallel thinking. You know what I
right,
mean?
without
Where you're
doubt.
like,
But I've had clips of it up for 2 years, and the episode came out after, so I'm still doing it. It's my bad.
oh,
Like, I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
give a
it's
fuck.
your bit.
I've got
Yeah,
proof
of
that I've been
course.
doing it earlier. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I want to say the difference is in the Greg Stone situation, it's definitely not a case of parallel thinking. Because how could two guys completely just scrambling come up with an idea of jerking off while doing something else? That would be nuts to get to that level of parallel thinking. So Greg definitely watches the POS show and took that idea. It was not parallel
Yeah.
thinking whatsoever.
no, not at all. Nothing at all. That's like when I go to an open mic and I see two comics both talking about their pubic hair, and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah, that's
whoa,
clearly not
who
parallel thinking.
stole-
You stole that. Yeah.
who thinks about their pubic hair at an open mic? Oh, everybody.
Yeah. yeah. No,
Oh,
Just
by the way, speaking of,
be
if
clear.
we're talking about waist down humor, let's just go to this one right away. So, I had to go to a doctor today, and when I'm getting to the age I am, all that shit, proctology, urology, all my doctors, my main doctors just like get everything checked out. I think I'm fine, but they're like, yeah, check everything out. So I'm at the doctor for a checkup thing, and they were like, "Oh, hey, we have to do this other test just to make sure you don't have like enlarged prostate or anything like that. We're gonna do a blood thing first. Go ahead, you're gonna say something first.
No. I was
Oh, you were just
happily
you're ready. You're
listening,
ready.
sure.
Okay, I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You're like I'm gonna make fun of Pat's balls somehow. Here we go. Ready, break. But I should not do this. Anyway,
Oh, one nut
It's
oats.
but I wish 2 nuts at least. I got 2 kids. Anyway, so the woman talking to me and she says, "We're gonna do the part with the prostate, even though you're at a urologist because it's the
Because
it's the
I'm a
parts
woman
of-
and I like putting things in buttholes. That's my only goal in life is as a woman to put something in a man's butthole. That's what I live for. You're not even supposed to be at the butthole, doctor, but I'm going to put a finger in anyway because I'm a woman and it's my right to put a finger in your butthole. Go ahead, Pat.
I appreciate that. I wish you were there to call. Oh, real quick before you do anything, I have this guy to speak for me. You walk out.
Bitch, just so you know, we consider that assault around here. We're throwing hands for that. This is an equal opportunity situation.
She's like, that's the worst Jiminy Cricket ever. He just comes out like, what the fuck? I hate this advice guy. But no, this
I
wasn't
ain't
gonna
no
be anything
Asian,
in the
bitch. Don't you be calling me Jiminy.
This wasn't gonna be anything in the butthole. This is gonna be blood work. I guess they can find the blood from my butthole. I don't know what the fuck it is. But so she just goes, the two things are together. It's parts of a whole. And I went, she's like, what? I go, whole. And she dropped the paper she was holding. She's like cracking up. She's like, seriously? I go, come on. No, when you say that, no one's laughed. She's like, no, I've been doing this 15 years. No one's had the immaturity to laugh at the word hole. I go, they wanted to. She goes, no, I wish they did. That's great. And then she goes, that was really funny. You should do comedy. And I was like, guess what I do? And guess who I'm going to mention on stage this week, lady?
Yeah.
She covered her name tag. Wait, too late. I got you. I'm saying your full name.
You covered your butthole when she covered your name tag. You're like, all right, you want to do your job. I want to do my job. Let's see.
Let's go. Oh man. We. So anyone who doesn't watch us normally in the mornings, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, we do our morning POS morning show. And I'm not going to do any updates if you're watching this today. We usually do this one at night, but we were like, fuck it. We got time to do it today, so we're doing it today. It might be a normal 4 o'clock thing. So we're not going to be doing like stories unless you've got something that you think you want to break down. But if anybody out there has a POS story they want to throw us, we'll do that too. But if not, I'd rather just talk a little shit and then fucking run away.
Yeah, not a story so much, but did you get the thing I sent you on Instagram? About Bob
you sent me
Marley?
something. I remember it. I have to look at to refresh it.
So, I just thought this was so funny because it's like, it's really gonna be a line for woke people. There's a character. His name is Riss.
Oh yeah.
Films, and he
Do you need to share
is the
something?
man. I am gonna share something in a minute. Yeah. He's the man. I love Riss Films. He's a boy with Down syndrome that makes his own movies. Or his own television shows. So it's kind of like Lord of the Rings. He's an elf in the woods. I can't really follow the plot, but there is a plot. But he recently posted something he was a fan of outside of the movie films, and it was music. And Pat, if you had to think of the like top 5 artists for people with Down syndrome that they would be into, you'd probably think like Raffi, The Wiggles, Bruce Springsteen, Weird Al, right? Whoever
Do they
sings
all have
Baby
Down
Shark.
syndrome?
No. Just like the other 4 were for kids, and then it was just that Bruce Springsteen had Down syndrome.
Oh, I was just like,
That
I was
was
like,
the
do they
joke
all
there.
have Down syndrome?
But who would you choose? Like, who do you think they would be into?
Who do I think people with Down syndrome be into?
Yeah, what musician? Who do you think the musical inspiration would be for people with Down syndrome? Like I listed, like Raffi. The guy who sings the wheels on the bus.
Anything with DJ Khaled or Jason Derulo, because I think it helped because they're learning to repeat their names a lot, so they remember it. You know what I mean? So I think like anything that goes Jason Derulo, they're like, I am retarded, and they would dance around.
Yeah. That was. Oh, come on.
Oh, whoa! Is that like the fucking Illuminati?
No, my fucking shit crashed again. I hate my computer. But I'll stay off cam for a second while I plug my other one in. But maybe I'll put this up for you because this is Risk Films, and this is.
So this Risk Films guy is not. It's not a joke. It's not like Johnny Knoxville when he was being the ringer. This guy's like legit special.
You tell me.
Okay. All right, adding it here. Boom, boom. Well, I don't know. He looks like I've seen a lot of kids who just look like that, and I thought they were special, but they just had headbands on.
Really?
I mean, I think the problem is, Bobby, the headband is covering the part that tells you what he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that certainly doesn't help the situation at all.
Because he looks just like a white kid who does karate.
He does look like a... No, he doesn't. He looks like a very Down syndromed boy. But you know what he doesn't look like? Fucking Bob Marley. That's what he doesn't look like. He looks like a boy with severe Down syndrome.
I mean, I don't really remember photos of Bob Marley. I see that faded one. But if I got as high as Bob Marley did, I would think maybe they looked alike.
I do feel like the filter definitely helped him here. But System of a Down's pretty good. That's a much better.
Yeah, Terry Nee. You know what? Sometimes I'm mad at your old stuff, but I agree. It does look like Sean Cassidy. It does. It also looks like somebody who really likes Bret Michaels.
Right. Any of those would be acceptable. He does kind of look like the special needs guy in the Karate Kid class in Cobra Kai. They're like, God, he's our charity case. But
I mean, he looks kind of like the regular guy in Cobra Kai, Johnny. He looks like him when he was young. Like not even like Down syndrome version. He looks like Johnny.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing, and then I'm gonna find a better picture of Risk because there's no discussion here. My boys got it.
I'm just gonna say that if you showed me like a lineup of 5 people that have Down syndrome and he was in it, I go, oh, this is the one that doesn't have Down syndrome compared to the other 4. He's got like, he's up a little more. You know what I mean? Like, he's not up syndrome, but he's like level syndrome.
Yes, but also no. That was a bad picture.
That looks like that guy. What's his name? Tyler Fisher. That comedian guy who hates Democrats.
Pat, please be serious. He's at least
look at that guy and don't tell me that he doesn't look like Tyler Fisher.
This is probably better than the film Tyler made.
Yeah, you told me Tyler makes videos, right? This guy makes. They're the same guy. They both make videos that a certain group of people watch who get real loud sometimes, and that's crazy.
But I just thought it was hilarious that he was like, Bob Marley's my guy. And, like, if he were to perhaps portray Bob Marley in his own biopic, would people cancel him? And I'm saying in order to do it, he wanted to get as into character as possible.
If he went blackface, yes, then he would get canceled regardless because his white would shine out more than his down would shine out. You know what I mean?
Is that true though? Because I feel like
Yeah.
the most vocal people in a cancellation are white women, right? Like that's usually who's the one out there calling for heads. It's like ever since Marie Antoinette lost hers, bitches want to do two things: put fingers in your butt and cut heads off, metaphorically.
And literally.
But they also love people with Down syndrome. Oh yeah, and definitely literally. So like, I don't know. Because then you would have to explain to him why it was bad, and he would be like, "No, I like," you know what I mean? Like, that's a tough one. I don't know.
I don't
if
know
you can
about
cancel somebody.
If you're at the level of retarded to make your own movies, then you're at the level of retarded where you know that blackface is wrong. Because I don't know if you know, but retarded people are Down syndrome, whatever you call them, DSs. Do everyone call them DSs? I think we should. DSs. They a lot of times they're put in videos to pretend they're trans or like say, "Look, I'm gay." Like they know enough. They know woke shit because they're put in a lot of woke videos because like they're there. They go if they could get it. That's what they do. Like if they could get that a man could be a lady, then you should because you're not retarded. Like that should be their slogan. Like a retarded person should walk up and go, "Hello, ma'am," and the ma'am is like, "Hello, kind sir." It's like, "You're a pretty lady," and then like, "See, he gets it. That's a lady. Don't be retarded." Or then they go, "Wait, I mean, be retarded." They don't know which one to do because they're like,
Well, I think we talked about it on here. The sketch I wanted to do for a while, which is go to one of these rallies with either somebody in a wheelchair paralyzed from the neck down or somebody with severe Down syndrome, and just have the kid go, "Excuse me. You're saying it doesn't matter what chromosomes I'm born with. It's what I feel on the inside," and just run around and be like, "I'm not retarded anymore. I'm not retarded anymore." And they're like, "No, you are." He's like, "No, you said chromosomes don't count." He starts driving a car. He kills 4 people.
I like that in this at one point. He just starts driving a car because he now thinks he has a chromosome. He's like, "Well, obviously I can drive a car."
I mean, that's why he was told he couldn't drive a car his whole life. He could watch the movie Cars, but he couldn't drive it.
Oh, yeah, we're already getting our people. I would like an Uber where it's Uber-tarded. Like, but it's Uber, but at the R-E instead of the E-R at the end, so U-B-R-E. It's like, Uber.
I do think that was remember they did that on South Park, where they would pull people in their wagons for a while, and it was Timmy and Jimmy versus, yeah, we should definitely do that. But yeah, he was like, "I'm not retarded anymore. I can drive. I can stop watching shows I think are terrible. I'm not retarded."
I think it's like, saying you're not. I mean, I think we've all said it at one point in our lives. Someone's called you that when you were younger, and it was just like an insult. But saying you're not means you're like, it's like sentencing it, right? Like you're aware now. You've seen through the Downey Matrix where now you've passed it and you aren't. I think true DSs don't know they're DSs.
No, they do. Like my homie Zach, who's out there speaking in front of Congress and shit on the people with Down syndrome's rights and everything. They may not know what it is, but they know they're different.
No, but he knows he's different, but he's not at a terrible. He's the highest functioning of it.
Oh yeah. He's the best of the best. He's a gold medalist in bocce.
But you were talking about before, the best of the best.
I'm not retarded anymore. He just starts trying to fuck all the chicks. He's like, "No, you have to fuck me now."
Is that how that works?
That's a fun
when
premise.
when you feel like you can sleep with people, you just yell out, "You have to fuck me now."
And then they stop talking to you.
You know what,
right
Terry, you're right. I don't
back.
think there's a reason they can't do anything. I think if in this day and age, if we're gonna say a guy can be a lady and win a swimming championship, then someone with DS can fly a jet.
I don't need to learn how to land. I don't need to learn how to land.
Well, you could use DS for that too.
Kaboom.
Instead of saying you're trans, you just say you have DS, you have dick syndrome. Like you think you don't have a dick, but It's there.
I'm down with the syndrome. What?
Yeah, we had Terry did that one there anyway. That was fun. That was our fun segment where we just make sure everyone who tunes in for the first time 4 o'clock goes, oh, they haven't changed in years. And that's fair. That's fine. Bobby,
If you were looking for emotional growth, then you're retarded.
emotional. Speaking of emotional growth, I
Nope.
know what I watched. I watched the last 2 days. I watched. You ever see that show Love Is Blind?
No.
Do you know what it
Neither
is?
have they. Boom.
No, they're not.
Anybody done that joke?
Maybe, but they're not blind. I thought when it was suggested to me to watch it, I'm like, oh, cool, blind people, and they're gonna just try to see if personalities work. But it's just attractive people, but not as attractive as normally they are on TV. So like instead of being nines, they're like sevens, but they think they're nines, and they all like. So you go in one room and I go in one room, and there's like a screen in between, so we can't see each other. But the guys, guys and girls, they go on dates. Like there's like 10 or 12 in each place, and they all talk to everybody until they figure out the one they want to like be with, and then they have to get married on the like propose before they get to see each other. And so it's like it's all about like personality and like it's weird, but like none of them are like gross. But I was watching an episode, and there's this girl that was cute. And her big problem, the one thing guys couldn't get over, is that she had a 10-year-old kid and she was 28, so she had a kid at 18. And they're like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can handle that kind of commitment. But they're on a TV show where they're supposed to get married on the spot, so it's like, all right, what the fuck, whatever. It's not like this is gonna work out anyway. But this one guy was choosing between in his head this one girl and then that other girl who was 28, and the 28-year-old was like the cutest girl of the whole show. And the other one that he was also in love with was a big girl. She looked like she played for the Yukon Huskies girls team. Like she wasn't like fat, but she was like 6'2". She had a giant forehead. She was shiny. She was a
She was husky.
yes, very much so husky. And so she also had said to him once, she goes, I'm not supposed to talk about what we look like, but I do get mistaken for somebody or called somebody when I'm like in public and I'm airplanes. And the guy's like, who? And she goes, Megan Fox. And this guy's like, oh, fuck it. Like, seriously? And he got so pumped. And I think that was the point that put it over where he told the other girl that was cute, but he hadn't seen her, like, I'm in love with this other woman. So that girl goes, you know what? Good luck to you. And I can't wait to see your face when you see the girl you're going to be. And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh shit!
So when they did see each other and she comes running out like a T-Rex, she's like, oh, like to him, he goes, oh. He's like, oh yeah, you're gorgeous. And dude, for like 2 days when they have to hang out together, he keeps going, you kind of lied about, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You're great, but you kind of lied about what you look like. And she's like, well, no. I mean, people have said that. He's like, it's like, but you find me gorgeous, right? And she's like, he goes, what did you think when you saw me? And she's like, I thought you had the most beautiful eyes. And he goes, you got great teeth.
Oh shit!
So as I'm watching this show, and this is the reason why I'm bringing it up, I think it's gonna be a fun little game. I was thinking about if you could do this show where you have to go on personality and not see who they are. I think you should do it with people that were like arrested or put in jail, so you can't know who they are. I think it'd be great if one guy's back there and they're like, so tell me something about yourself. Were you popular in school? And the guy's like, yeah. He's like, well, are you close to your parents? He's like, well, not anymore. And then they go, oh, it's Ethan Crumley, the Michigan school shooter.
I get to see
Like,
my
you just
dad
keep
sometimes.
Yeah, no, we're going to be in totally different places. So it's like, I don't really see that much anymore. Are you popular in school? I mean, you can say everyone knows who I am. It's like,
Oh yeah, I went a little viral.
yeah, you could do that with every school shooter who is in jail forever. They go on a dating thing, and they could be like a fun thing. Or you could do it with OJ. I think OJ on there would be fun.
Do you cook? No, but I did have a remix coming hot and fresh out the kitchen.
The guy's like, do you have kids? She's like, well, I do. It's like, yeah, but, do we have to do things with them? She's like, oh, I never do anything with them. And they're like, reveal yourself. It's like, it's Casey Anthony. She's like,
Yes.
see, I think the guy would be like,
Sweet.
you know what? She's cute.
Dude, it would be me acting like I won the NCAA championship. I would jump up on the table, pull my shirt to the side like I was Kobe if Casey Anthony came out of there. Are you kidding me?
Who?
That's a
Who's
fucking win.
Who's the Mount Rushmore of attractive criminal women?
Lindsay
No,
Lohan.
anyway, I guess we have to decide what we say is criminal. Like, do we say like Winona Ryder because she did shoplifting, or is that like too petty? Do we have to do like murder or like bad shit?
I would say you get one low-level petty crime, and then the rest.
Because that one, if anyone got arrested for DUI or drugs, is gonna be mostly Hollywood people. So are we going to like actors? Are we cutting out if you're known for being hot? No, or like
you can be known for being hot, but you have to have committed a serious crime, unless if you're the one free pass, which is like obviously for me is going to be Lindsay Lohan.
what did she do that was criminal?
DUIs, lots of them.
Yeah, I don't count DUIs unless you're like you ran people over like Caitlyn Jenner. But I'm not putting Caitlyn Jenner on there. But I'm just saying.
Well, guess who's my next pick, Pat? Because you know who's going to be real fun to hang out with? Fucking Caitlyn Jenner. She's a good time. I'm not going to fuck her, but we're going to hang out and have a fucking blast. Me and her, we're going to have a pod that people aren't going to are actually going to subscribe to the Patreon.
I did a show a couple weeks
There's
ago.
$100 tier where Caitlyn just sends you her dick pic once a month.
Imagine how mad you'd be. Like, it's the same one. It's just mangled and weird. It's like, but it's on the front of a Wheaties box. But I was
about
at
to say, it's a gold medal dick.
well, that's what happened. I was at a show and there was this guy that looked like Bruce Jenner, like a lot. And I was like, "Oh, dude, you like Bruce Jenner?" And the crowd's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "What?" He was an Olympic athlete, and he's like, "No, but now she's Caitlyn." I go, "I didn't say you look like fucking Caitlyn Jenner. I said you look like Bruce, the one who was on a Wheaties box that was a hero that did everything a man could do so much that he stopped being a man and said, now let me dominate being a woman." Like, if you think about a guy who did dominate at both sides, he really did. No one's ever done that more than him. Like, unless you say like Tootsie or something where it's like bosom buddies or anybody that was like acting. But RuPaul, but I mean like to go full man to woman, he was an Olympic fucking athlete. He was on the front of Wheaties. He was on, Battle of the Network Stars. He was fucking known. He was a heartthrob to some women. And then he turned to be like, he won Woman of the Year as a woman. Like, that's fucking crazy. He was like one of the best athletes ever. And then Woman of the Year. Has anyone ever dominated being a human more than Caitlyn Bruce Jenner?
Yes.
Who?
Dennis Rodman.
He wasn't a woman.
Dennis
he just
Rodman.
wore a dress.
Yes, he was. He married himself. He was a woman and married himself.
You can marry
This was
two
at a time
men
where
can
gay
get
marriage.
married.
No, because gay marriage was illegal at the time. So one
That's
of
not
the
being a
two
woman.
entities, Rodman, had to be a woman.
What did he do better as a woman, though?
What did he do better as a woman? He solved the fucking North Korea crisis.
He was a guy when he did that.
He didn't divorce himself.
He did as a guy. But he went there as a guy to talk because they would have, Kim Jong-un would have never talked to a woman. He talked to Dennis Rodman. He wouldn't have talked to Danita. He never would have.
Okay. All right. Fair. I'll allow it. Kelly Clarkson.
The greatest the most dominant human of all times is Caitlyn Bruce Jenner.
Kelly Clarkson. Nah, Kelly Clarkson.
When was Kelly Clarkson a guy?
Have you seen her lately? Jesus fucking Christ. Might as well be.
Well,
my dick goes inside out.
Oh, I guess you haven't seen her lately. She's actually lost weight in the last year.
Oh, okay. 5 years ago then. Pretend it was 5 years ago and I did that joke. It would have fucking killed.
Dude, have you ever been on a show with some hack comic who hasn't like updated their bit and they're like saying some old thing that isn't a thing anymore? They're like, yeah, we all know Pluto's the worst of the planets, right? And someone's like, fuck you, it's not a planet. They're like, shit, I got it right.
Yeah, dude. You know, like I hate people like that when you're like, hey, the World Cup just happened. Hey, the Women's World Cup just happened. Hey, the pandemic happened, so I rewatched the Women's World Cup. It'd be a terrible thing to cycle a bit for 7 years, just reusing it, which is really just a fun way of spelling the N-word. I'm going to kill myself.
You don't have to say it just happened. You can just say the World Cup.
And it happens
No one
every
knows
2
who
years.
played
They've had
each
off
other.
year.
No one knows who
No, I
played
know.
each other.
I know. God.
I have a buddy that stopped doing comedy for a little bit and got back into it, but he hadn't written new material yet. It'd been a while, and it's very funny shit. But he was on stage and he was like, "What's Fantasia Barrino from the American Idol wrote a book recently." We're like, okay,
Who?
that was not recently. Holy shit, time machine. That's like the John Mulaney joke where he's like, "There's nothing more old timey than I was on the phone with Blockbuster Video." Oh, fuck.
Oh man, we have fun here.
Just came. Where we're going? We do have fun. What we do here is we have fun. But we didn't get into our Mount Rushmore at all. We didn't get anyone. Who are the hottest female criminal? I'll just go with that. Who's the hottest female criminal? Is it? It can't be Casey Anthony. She's cute, but she's not like hot.
Okay, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Not attractive. What is that look I'm getting? Not attractive enough to be the hottest criminal of all times.
I mean, so like, sometimes you ever hear how Hephaestus got to marry Aphrodite?
No. Where would I hear that?
I mean, I just thought you were a cultured fella.
No, I'm not.
So basically, Aphrodite was the best-looking goddess. Everybody wanted to marry her, and all the dudes got to present one reason. Zeus was like, "You get to present one reason to my daughter why she should choose you as her husband." And Athena was Hephaestus's mother, so she was the goddess of wisdom, and she whispered to him, and he whispered in her ear, and she chose him. And basically, he was like, "I work late every night," which was just you could fuck around on behind my back. It's like, what does the criminal bring to the table? Sure, just pure looks. Ghislaine might not be the hottest, but when you think about everything else she brings to the table,
Children?
no, all the blackmail, dude. She's
Well, I don't
got
care about
files.
any kind of males, black or white.
I'm saying we could be rich. Hey, Bill,
I
I'll
don't-
drop the tapes. And then we just end up dead in a suicide where we shot ourselves.
Yeah, I was saying, you want to be a
19 times
business
to play this
partner
episode.
with a person who it doesn't work out well for you.
That's a good point. I didn't think this one through.
No. No, I think it is
other-
weirdly Casey Anthony.
It's got to be.
Was
would think
was Bonnie of Bonnie and Clyde attractive?
No. No.
They just build that up.
She looked like Leslie Jones.
Do you consider Hillary Clinton attractive?
No.
She's a criminal.
No, she is not. She's never done anything wrong. The Clintons have never done anything bad.
Dude,
ever.
have you seen Adria Iapolucci's fucking merch where she has a picture with her and the Clintons and it says I survived meeting the Clintons and she's selling shirts.
That's pretty funny. She's gonna have a suicide.
Yes. But she'll have a good bit about it first before it happens, so it'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
So if you were going to be on a dating show, right?
Okay.
Where they couldn't see you and you could just talk and do personality and you had to propose before you met the person and you can't see them. I guess the question is, what's the one thing you need to know about them so this can work? And B, would you lie about who you were, or would you make up a different person so you surprise them? Because one guy did say to a girl, she's like, "How tall are you? I hope as long as you're not 5'4". And he goes, "Well, I'm 5'4". And she was like, "Well, you're a great personality. We can make it work." Until she's disappointed. Dude, she walked out. He was 6'2". She's like, "Thank God." He's like,
Oh.
but if it went the other way, she would have lost her shit, obviously. He's like, I was 6'2", he was 5'4".
I don't find that as funny.
You're not 5'4". Anyway, what would you
I would be like,
what's the one thing you'd have to know?
"Hey, Ma, what's your 40 time?"
Why, 'cause she has to run away from you? Why do you need her 40 time?
It's gonna help me figure out what type of athlete I'm dealing with here.
I don't think you're getting an athlete on a dating show.
Then I'm not getting married.
You need an athlete?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying.
But you're not an
necessarily an athlete. No, not an athlete. A, yes, I am. B,
You're an athlete.
mm-hmm. And
When
an
are you an
athlete.
athlete?
All the time.
No, that's
Literally
not an
before
answer.
this,
All
I
the
was
time.
doing
Fuck you
athletic
all the time.
shit.
No, an athlete. Like you're like right now participating in events and sports and things. You're not an athlete. You might be a former athlete.
Yeah, I was an athlete, but I just meant like body type. If she's running a 5
You're
flat
not
40, that's a heavy
athletic in your
bitch.
body.
Yes, I am.
You're athletic. So when you fill out a thing, it says athletic or average. You're putting athletic.
If that's the highest, it'll go. If there's
No,
like
there's no
Greek
high.
god, I would choose that.
Well, there's not Greek god usually on a fucking form.
Roman statue.
You can't be a Greek god because that's cultural appropriation. You're not Greek.
I do enough ass fucking.
You could be like Buddhist god.
No, I don't understand this physical assault on my.
I'm not assaulting,
You're
but you're
looking at-
lying. Like I wouldn't put. I've been in better shape. My life. I wouldn't put athletic. I'd put average at best. Maybe a little chubby.
What's your line?
The truth.
Like, what would make you? What would make
My
you
line
feel
is
athletic?
the truth.
Is it a
Athletic.
6-pack?
Built at least. If you mean not 6-pack, but close.
Yeah, I don't know what we're looking at here.
I've seen you. Yeah, Terry's right. Athlete's foot doesn't make you athletic.
Why?
Because you have
think I
swimmer's
gotta
ear?
go. Dude, I'm fucking built. This is
When?
This
When
is
are
not-
you built?
dude right now.
What? I saw you a couple months ago. You weren't built then.
Yeah, that was before
Before what?
this cycle of stuff.
No, we're doing the steroids again. You're not doing steroids.
Not yet, but I am getting yoked. I don't like this. This is hurtful, you guys.
Well, I mean, you're not athletic. Is like Matt Rife.
No, that's faggy. That's how I would describe Matt Rife, with a capital F.
I don't think that's out of form.
Other. Please explain. Capital F
It's like-
Aggie.
Excuse me, sir. Yeah, I mean, I am this, but I'd rather not fill in this bubble. I think there's a better way to describe what this is. It's tennis elbow, swimmer's ear, tennis elbow, athlete's foot.
I can't wait till it gets nice enough for me to be outside and I do this podcast shirtless and just put you all in your place.
First of all, why can't you have your shirt off inside? What the fuck does that mean?
Man, I look like a loser.
What does that even mean? You have to be, you're so strong that your muscles can't be confined in ceilings and walls. It'll bust through the walls. I gotta fucking be outside. I'm the Hulk and shit.
I mean, I didn't say I was like juiced. I'm not Mr. Olympia, but I'm
That's athletic. You're not athletic. You're average.
not
When they say body type, average. It has like obese. You're not obese. You're
Thank
not.
you, Blaze. Thank you, Blaze.
All right.
John Daly
John
was an
athlete.
athlete.
John Daly was not an athlete. Please.
Yes, he was.
John Athlete was a golfer. And people always say that. Tiger Woods was the first person ever to make golfers athletes. Because before that, everyone would say that. That's not an athlete. That's a golfer. You would literally say that. Because that's why when you're 90, you can still do it. He's not an athlete. He's a drunk. He's an alcoholic that people cheer for. The world is enabling this man. It is people like Blaze that are making sure that this mullet-headed stupid freak who inspired Happy Gilmore thinks he's a goddamn athlete when he's really just the poster child for AA meetings.
What does he do for a living? He plays a sport. Oh yeah, that would be a professional
He
athlete.
didn't do it for a living. He couldn't do it for a long time because he was drinking so much he had to go to fucking rehab. And when he comes back, it's a charity. Tell me a tournament he's been in where he's done well. He's barely in them. When he's
The
in there, it's a big
Masters?
story about redemption.
The Masters.
Yeah, a long time ago. The last time he was in the Masters, slaves had masters. That's how long ago it was when he was in the Masters. You have a Letterman jacket for golf, or do you have a David Letterman jacket that you wear while you play golf? It says like the Late Show on the back, and he's like, "Yeah."
I like that. I have mine for the sports I played, football, basketball, and lacrosse. But you know, I'm not an athlete apparently. I'm definitely gonna think about killing myself.
You don't have
after
no.
this, so
You don't
maybe
have
tune in tomorrow morning.
the body of an athlete. When you fill out the form, it wouldn't say athlete.
Then it would be a dumb form.
Excuse me, ma'am. This form is dumb. Can
Yeah.
you please bring me a smarter form?
Yeah. Like, let's have more specifications.
Your specialification. You're not an athlete.
I don't know what to tell you, but I am.
Okay, as an athlete, what sport would you dominate at?
I mean, I'm gonna need more details. Am I playing professionally amongst professionals?
You're playing
Or
against
is it
me.
a one-on-one.
You're playing me.
Any.
And I don't think I'm an
Literally
athlete.
any.
Okay, name the sport and we will record it. Okay,
Basketball.
let's name the sport. Oh my god, I would floor you. Rebounding
I don't
alone.
think so. Look,
I've got
basketball-
6
I mean,
inches on
that-
you.
Yeah, well, in height.
What in girth? Yeah, you have it in girth. That's fine. You'd be a fat bitch, and I'll be
Yeah.
tall.
I meant in penis.
I'll
height, but
rebound.
that's okay.
It's 1-on-1. We're not boxing out. I'm shooting, and then I'm grabbing it before you do.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can grab your misses. I'm not planning to.
My misses?
Yeah. You're saying.
Oh,
About
you're not
rebounds.
gonna
playing-
miss.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna miss.
Oh, now you're just
That's
you're
where
just
I shine
ice
in
in the
basketball.
veins. What are we doing with the show?
Yeah.
He wears athlete.
They used to
shoe.
call me
Now we're
Big
not doing
Shot
it.
Bob.
Who called
No,
you
not doing
that?
good?
The one story you tell here is that a kid on the team's dad had to turn the lights off so you could do tomfoolery and win. Who was calling you Big Shot Bob? That's Robert Ory. That's not you.
Yeah. It was at the time where he was big. I was going into my senior year of high school, and a young man named Mike Rhodes. He was coaching at Randolph-Macon at the time. Now he's coaching at Penn State. Had the best.
Yeah, but he
season
didn't
of
ask
his
you to
career.
come
But
along.
Yeah, he wouldn't know basketball. I mean, this is. I'm sure if I hit him up and was like, "Yo, I still got eligibility," he'd be like, "For real, get here. We need you for the NIT."
I guarantee you can call him. I want to hear him
I
say
don't
it. Yeah,
have his number. I don't
we
have
can
his
make it
number.
work.
Let's be. You think I have the Penn State basketball coach's number like that? Come on,
You
Pat.
knew him so well, you just name dropped him and said that you don't think that guy knows me. Like, you're so close that he would call you for eligibility if you had it. You think he might have your digits.
He would know how to get them. You know what I mean? He'd call the high school I went to. They'd call some people.
Who people would they call if they had to go through the phone calls? So okay, I call the high school and I go, "Do you know Bobby Tamaro?" And they're like, "Kind of, but not really." So that
Yeah,
secretary?
here,
Who does she call next? I want to go the thing. So who does she call next?
Probably the football coach who would then call me.
Okay, then the football. So it's just two. It's just 2 calls.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on. Some idiot keeps calling me on Instagram.
Bobby crushed at the IM building. What's the IM building? I'm sure it's an insult, but I don't know what it is.
Intramural building. The
Did you
intramural?
see Terry
For, like,
Lee
where
at
you
the
play.
intramural building?
No. Like he was saying intramural sports. Like I was good at not real sports.
Oh, I would never call it intramural.
Like the
IM,
rec
that's
pickup.
weird. Right.
Yeah,
I
that's what they
like
called it at Penn
JCC.
State. No, literally. They called it at Penn State the IM building. That's why.
Oh, they did? Nice.
That's where I went to school. Yeah.
So
And
he's saying
you know what,
not
Terry, I did,
baseball
as a
at
matter
David
of fact.
Buster's.
No, I wouldn't. Baseball would not be my sport. That would
Do
be
they
the one
have
I'd have a hard
baseball at
time
Dave and Buster's? We can't play one-on-one baseball. Yeah,
Could be
whoever's
batting
up is
cages.
dominating. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like
You
just
I
bunt.
did dominate at the IM building. I won the 3-on-3 basketball tournament for our fraternity one year because I just
You
shot
won
threes,
it?
and the 2 tall twins. Yeah. The 2 tall twins would just grab my rebound. I scored literally. It was the 21. I scored 21 points every game we played because I just shot threes. It was 7 threes to 21.
Oh my god! I would if I was one of the twins. I'd block your shot on your team. Like, can you let us shoot, please? What are you doing?
No.
You
They
pass the
didn't
ball?
play basketball. They didn't play. They were just 2 volleyball players who were like, we don't know what to do. So yeah, no. You guys are looking at this is the peak male physical form right here. This is what you want to be.
Well, maybe it's because you put yourself in the corner of the screen and you look like you're 1 inch. Maybe if you got closer, we would see all the jackness. I think that's the problem.
Maybe. Let's see.